All right. Hello, everyone. So, I'm going to do a quick reaction to the City of Yes vote passing. And my knowledge of it is it was 9 more yeses in that vote than the other 9 no's that really didn't have any say. That vote passed. I honestly reached out to Vicky Palladino, and the only thing I could tell her, because she had not just told me, but told everybody else and put it out for the record, that she was going to 100% vote no. And I told her, this is what democracy looks like. And sadly, the 9 more yeses in the council overwhelmingly said, you know what, we're going to say, screw you, we're going to overdevelop houses, we're going to, put more multiple family units in neighborhoods that really cannot support them. It's, these 30 people who voted yes in the council, they are sellouts. They are not looking out for your interest. They're only doing it for, again, corporate greed. This is what led to lobbying of congestion pricing, which is set to start in a month. And at some point, it makes you think, as a homeowner who lives in the outer boroughs, we're just talking the people who have homes in the outer boroughs. Let's just go with Staten Island, Brooklyn, and Queens. I don't know about the Bronx, because the Bronx may have more apartments than houses available. But I'm just talking about the boroughs that I know of New York City that have houses. What are these homeowners thinking? I mean, I'm already thinking I want to sell next year. You all know I'm working on that. You all know why I'm down here. And believe me, when I get back to New York, we're going to talk about the damage in this condo. But the point of the video I'm doing for, before the weekend starts is, what about the other people of New York City who are thinking about selling within a year from now? We're talking from now until the end of 2025. I mean, they're going to be antsy to jump and sell and get out, like I am now. You think congestion pricing was just the nail in the coffin? No. The City of Yes is now really got me antsy to sell my house next year. It's really gotten to that point where I need to get out before the values start to go down. I'm not going to say how much I'm at risk of losing, because then people are going to bid on my house. It's, that time comes. Like, I'm sure there'll be a bidding war for my house, because we're facing a housing shortage. They claimed that the whole point of this bill that Eric Adams was thinking of doing was, we're going to make more housing available. No, what you're doing is you're taking away, you're taking away neighborhood charm. You're taking away, all the residential parking spaces that these homeowners need. They're claiming that they want to do this within the next 15 years. Well, I don't know if a Republican mayor can stop this. It's very difficult to say what will happen. I don't know what will happen a year from now in the next election. Could this impact the New York City mayor's race? Could this impact the city council races next year? There's a lot that could happen. I mean, there are people who are angry that this went through. There are people in the city who are angry. And I feel your anger too. I resonate with you that you were disappointed that the city council sold each and one of us out. They basically did. It's disgusting. And we all have to do our part next year and vote. Well, there's two options to say that we're disgusted. One, we can either try to vote these people out of or stuck in New York. Or two, and again, I really am going to say this, you really need to think about selling next year. You really need to think that, now that Trump's coming back, the real estate market's going to be booming next year. The real estate market is going to jump. Think about it. Once the interest rates go lower next year, they could be 3% or 4%, because I'm thinking that's how low Powell's probably going to lower it. I'm thinking Jerome's going to have to lower it that low. But think about how many antsy people are going to be quick to jump and buy housing next year. It's going to be a booming market. We're not going to, the market was booming 5 years ago. We're going to get back to those COVID days where housing is going to be there. Maybe it'll be there. I don't know. But for now, this is the way it is. And unfortunately, again, we either vote or we sell. And I think that's our message. You're forcing the real New Yorkers out of the city. You're forcing us out. And it's disgusting. And unfortunately, we're not going to take this. We have our options to, again, vote or sell. And those are our two options that we have. And sadly, I'm going to go to that option where I'm going to sell because I know what could happen. Our election system needs to really be questioned. There's still some shady things that could happen in the future. The system worked for Donald Trump this time, but, in future elections, you can either have the Democrats or Republicans say, "Oh, I got screwed. I'm going to challenge the election results." I know it's going to happen. There's too many registered Democrats in New York City. The overwhelming majority is going to either think to replace Eric Adams with a different candidate, because we saw what happened in Chicago. Anybody remembered what happened with Lori Lightfoot? Oh my goodness, Brandon Johnson has become a nightmare. The same thing could happen in New York City. Do you really want Brad Lander? Think about it. Brad Lander's going to be another repeat. Failed Democrat. Just saying, he's the chosen one in that whole group. He's the chosen one. They want to get rid of Eric. This is all a deep plan to put Brad Lander in as mayor. I know how this works. I know the political system. This whole congestion pricing, this whole City of Yes thing, awful. There you have it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm disgusted. Let's have a discussion below about this, because honestly, there are angry people who are upset that their neighborhoods are going to change drastically. And it should have never even been put on the table. But you know what? And again, this is what we talk about with one-party rule. This is what Lee Zeldin has been saying. One-party rule has destroyed New York. And ever since Mr. New Yorkers Love Me came to power in 2010, this is the cycle that began with Andrew Cuomo. It began with him, and now the cycle continues. All of it continues. That's how it works in New York. You speak up against it, and you're going to get called out, and they're going to find ways to screw you over. And sadly, this is how they screw us over. And they've won. So that's it. I'm done talking, and that's all I'm going to say, because I'm disgusted with the city council. I had a feeling they were going to sell us out. And now, again, the narrative of Kathy Hochul and Eric Adams tag teaming and being best friends to screw us over continues. So that's it.